Hello, my name is Krashivaya, and welcome to these forbidden fruits, these Nordic nectars, these ridiculous rants. I want to apologize. I want to apologize so greatly for bringing politics onto this forum, onto this platform. It just wasn't necessary. I definitely slipped into my brain fog. Definitely slipped into an ego frame of mind wherein I needed to express fear, express anger, express aggression, and us versus them, when we are all one. And there is absolutely a reason that there are, Trump voters out there. There is absolutely a reason why there is a woke culture. And I'm not saying that I'm not a part of the woke culture. I'm saying that there is a reason for spirituality. There is a reason for unawakened people. There is a reason for us all to be here at this point in time. I am a spark of God's source. I am a spark of source. I am a child of God. If we were to go into the Christian phrasing or the religious phrasing that we hear, and this is not to make it a religious conversation. That's not where I'm trying to go with this, but I do want you to understand that I had an epiphany, Tiffany. And isn't that something that we all kind of want to have on a daily basis, like that epiphany that brings us closer to what our highest form of experience is to be, by having these epiphanies, like, this is where I go, this is what I do, this is what I'm meant for, this is what I do next, this is my next stop on the path, this is where I take my journey next, and just to remember, like, that is what we're here for, is to remember that we are breathing because someone pounds and someone is beating, not someone, but divine source is, and what is that? Infinite intelligence, what is that? Divine love, what is that? Like, it's the thing that is beating our heart, whether it be mammalian, reptilian, amphibian, whatever it is, that 2 billion jillion million year old spark in the infinitesimal whatever, that never ending void. It's what keeps our heart beating. It's what reminds us to breathe while we are asleep in our subconscious astro travel. And then dig into that rabbit hole, dig into that rabbit hole, dig into that rabbit hole. But when you are awake during the daytime, whether this be dream time or not, we are a fractal of that is keeping our heart beating. I don't want to be like, look at me, look, watch what I can do all the time. I don't want to be like, Dad, Mom, look, watch. But at the same time, that is the epiphany, that I am here to impress and excite my parents, right? I am here to have a better life than the ones before me. Because just like I said before I had kids, I want them to have a better life than me. And that's why our ancestors are following us around and trying to clue us into, don't go that way. like on Labrynth. With the little worm. He's like, not down that way. Man, if she would have kept going down that way, she would have went straight to the castle. But she sees just a wall. And I'm that bull that I'm in the labyrinth and I see a wall and I am banging my head in the wall that really is there when just like 2 feet down the way, if I would have headed, if I would have charged, I would have gone straight through the what looks to be a wall but is not a wall, and I would have gone straight to the castle. But sometimes what looks like a wall is a wall, and sometimes what looks like a wall is not a wall, and it's all an illusion, and it's a big fat fucking joke, and it's a mirror image of a wall, and then it's a real wall, and then it's so hard to decipher. And I don't want to come out of ego anymore. I don't want to speak out of ego. And I was just speaking to my oldest daughter's dad out of ego, because I'm telling him, hey, we're having some real issues up here, and it's really, really hard. And I really, really need you to help your daughter. I really need you to help your daughter, because although there are adoptive parents helping my son and my other daughter, I need you to step up. And instead of saying, well, what's the deal? Or I'm so sorry. Or it was, oh, poor me. Listen to all the stuff that I'm going through. And I'm, oh, great. Wonderful. And then what do I... And what do I say? But the same things that I hear from the people that I hear from is, oh, great, another pity party. Oh, victim mentality. Oh, yes, you're so woke. I mean, but for real, though, I am asking you to change, to be something different than you have been before in the past. You're telling me that I don't know who you are, and yet you're giving me the same exact reference points that I've gotten before, which is you can't do what I'm asking you to do, so you haven't changed. So no, don't tell me that you are someone different than you have been in the past when I'm asking you for a different outcome and you're giving me the same outcome. You are giving me the same answers you have given me before, which is, I can't do it, poor me, poor me. Well, it's been 21 plus years that you've been saying, poor me, I can't do it, this is too much. And it's been 21 years that I've been saying, hey, look, we created a child as a team. Everyone else decided that I wasn't a good enough part of the team to take care of her. Even you decided I wasn't a good enough part of the team to take care of her. And yet you're not here to take care of her. You sat in court and said I wasn't good enough, but you're not doing a damn thing but bitching about poor you. And then the others are bitching about stupid me. Who's taking care of her? It's just like with, it's like we're not dealing with the issue at hand, which is the future. I'm no longer vulnerable and weak. But what about those that are vulnerable and weak? What about the kids, man? What about the geriatric? Those dying and those that don't have a voice. The traumatized, the homeless, the drug-riddled, the addicts, the kids, those without means. Who is taking care of them? The egotistical? The rich? The enablers? Who is demanding that the boot be removed from their neck? Who is stepping in to take them out from underneath the thumbs of the evil and the wicked and the controlling? The agencies? No, they just look to another agency. The family? No, they just look to outside authority. The authority? No. No. Unfortunately, the authority goes along with the money. Who will stand for the weak? Who will stand for the vulnerable? Who will stand for the traumatized? Who will stand for those that we think have mental illness? Who will stand for the sovereign? Just the sovereign. And those that are sovereign will be crushed, it seems. Because you can't be individual, separate, whole, and unique, and sovereign in this world. You will be silenced. Someone will put their boot on your throat. That's the way it's been looking. Because children, they know who they are, but then they are programmed to be something else. Damn it. Take up your shield. Take up your sword. Take up your spark. Shine your light. Where are you? I know you're out there because I'm here. I can't be the only one. I know I'm not the only one. I know I will find my tribe. I know we will win. But it's not about winning and losing. It's not about us and them. It's about love. Unconditionally. We may have failed. We may have battled. We may have lost. Against each other in the past. Towards each other, with each other. Against each other, etc., etc., etc. All the things. But we're going to bond this time. We're going to bond together like glue because we are the glue. We are one flame. We are one net. We are one tapestry. One beautiful design. build bridges and shine lights. We don't need to build walls and burn torches. That's what I want to say. I've got a lot more to donate today, and I've got to get on it. 111 was on the clock when I thought about starting this. We don't have to be a family. We don't have to live in the same house. We don't have to eat the same meal and hold each other's hands and skip through the same field, but we live in the same over-encompassing arc of forever, which is right now. And right now. And right now. And right now is beautiful. And right now is love. I love you. I'm sorry. I was a bad listener. I can still be a really shitty listener. And I'm sorry. You don't have to listen to me. I'm just glad you are. I'm so glad that you're hearing me right now. Take up your shield, take up your sword, take up your lantern. There are a lot of people in a lot of pits. And they will ask for help. Someone is brave enough to ask for your help. Help them. If they don't want your money, if they only want your time, if they only want your love and your time, and they don't want your money, they don't want to be in the fucking will, they just want to spend time with you, well, time is money. Right? Isn't that terrible? Then what is love? What is love then? Oh, love is money. Wait. I have to pay you to spend time with you now? What? Is that real? Is that real? Because my therapist must fucking love me. I have to seek out therapy to find love. What a shitstorm we've created. You gotta pay me. For me to love you, you gotta pay me. Because time is money, and money is love. Just backwards. Love is love. And love is free. And I am giving it with my time, with my money, with my effort, with my words, with my thoughts, with my energy, with my assistance, with my gifts, with my crafts, with my talents, with my services. I offer whatever it is you need from me. Oh, and it's starting to rain. I'm here for it. But I won't be taken advantage of anymore. I'm not going to give you all the time in the world and you give me nothing in return. I have to make a schedule. Place you on a schedule. Oh, guess what? You have time for me next Tuesday at 4 p.m. between 4 and 5. It's just cruel. I'm available whenever you need me, but when I need you, I've got to plan 2 weeks in advance. No more past traumas. It's not my way, that highway. It's the back roads. You call me at the last moment. You've been in a car accident. I'm there. And as long as I'm able, I will always be there. I'm right here. Until the day I take my last breath, I will be right here. Doing whatever I can to pull love out of us. Pull the remembrance of what love really is. And what it is to care for one another. Truly give a shit about each other out of us. Remember how you felt when your dad picked you up by the collar of your shirt and just shook the shit out of you, screaming in your face, spitting in your face, yelling at you about who knows what, scared the living shit out of you. Do you even remember what for? What was that a lesson in? Love? Fear or respect? You don't have to scream at your kids. You can just, oh, well, looks like you're just going to be grounded now because I don't like that behavior. Impulse. Fear. I never know what to do to keep me out of trouble. It's not necessarily respect. It's fear. I have to pretend like I respect you out of fear. There's no respect there. There's no love there either. I'm doing this for your own good. It's because I love you. No. And buying somebody, giving them gifts and saying I love you. And then when you ask them to spend time with you and you ask them to, come over and play a video game or go on a bike ride and they don't have the time, I'll just send you the video game. I'll just send you the bike. It's not love either. I mean, granted, yeah, okay. It feels good. But the person has to be involved. You can talk to a person all day online. They can come over and run their hand across your back every once in a while. But if you can't sit in a room and actually have a conversation with them, it's like there has to be presence. And it's nice to have moments of silence and awkward, not awkward, but comfortable silence in relationships. But if that's all it is, whenever you have a conversation, it's arguing, disagreement. Never make plans for the next day. Never make plans together. All of a sudden they're gone. Where'd they go? You don't know. Or they're just going off and doing whatever they want to do. Hey, I'm going to so-and-so. And they don't ever, that's... Yeah, you have a roof over your head. You have food in your stomach. It's never anything that you want to eat. Never anything you want to do. I mean, yeah, you guys can talk, and every once in a while you'll go out and do something together, but it's never, like I said, never anything you want to do. They're always doing everything on their own, and 90% of everything that you have in your house belongs to them, and you don't get to organize anything the way you want to, and it's always about how it looks, and you don't even know how much money they have. It's their money. Your money's our money, and their money is their money forever. They make the plans with the whole family, or they don't ever make any plans with the whole family. All of the plans are tied up in, I don't know, hanging out with their brother, or I don't know. I'm looking at the vice versa between jeez. I feel so sorry for people who don't stand up for themselves for their entire life, and then they end up having like a Tupperware clothes underneath the bed and like one set of sheets that they like, and they got to pick out the bathroom set, and then everything else, including an RV, a pole barn, everything else is the decision of the other person's. And then in contrast to that being the husband's on one side, and then it's terrible. And my brother thinking, I have the exact opposite going on in my life. I don't raise my voice. I avoid confrontation at all costs. Yeah, so did Mom. And you're doing exactly what Mom did with Dad. And just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Doesn't mean it's not happening. I hate being a seer. I hate it. Because nobody listens. And this involves the kids, the vulnerable. And I can't just sit back like my mom, my grandma, my brother. And I can't just think, well, if I'm not going to make the same mistake and be with an asshole man and turn out just fine, because there's my aunts. It didn't help anyone, either way. I have to be the middle path. But I'm scared because I'm alone. And I'm doing this by myself, but I have to be a leader. And that means I have to go against some of these things that I have believed my whole life. And I'm going against my family. I don't want to go against my family. I don't want to hurt the people I love. But the people that I love have no problem hurting me. They have no issue offering tough love upon me. So I'm going to offer a little bit of tough love. I'm going to follow that inner spark that says I'm a child of God. And no one does this to a child of God. Not even another child of God. I'm going to pull up my big girl pants. Put on my Patch Adam Clown nose. Thank you, Meta Mystic. TW, trigger warning. And I'm going to connect to Source. As best I can, and that's why I'm putting out this message, and that's why I'm putting out these messages, because I want you to connect to Source as closely as you can. Listen to your insides. We're always channeling. Even when we're not channeling, we're channeling, because the divine spark is trying to move through us, and other things are trying to move through us, and it's either for the good or for the not so good of things. You decide what that is. And you either let it play out as the good that it is, or you let it play out for the not so good that it is. But you decide. We each decide every day. We have the decisions. That's why we have free will. That's why we are fallen. Because we recognize we have a spark within us, and yet we can do as we please. We can run around naked, but God sees. I don't like to be naked. I don't like to have fleas. I miss summer. Hi, Summer. I love you, girl. Eight people, I think, have passed away in the last year, at least. Maybe 9 or 10. Close people. Summer, Gigi, Aunt Nancy, Uncle Lloyd, Margaret, George, Krista K, Artie. I know I'm forgetting quite a few people, actually. Oh man, I feel bad. I'm forgetting somebody. Regardless, I know there's one more person that has to go, and I don't want her to go until I can get my family around her and take a pretty picture. Just one more memory to keep, to hold on to. I love you, Mima. Anyways, I will talk to you another day, if not later today. Please take care of yourself. Bye.